You want to match up with the arrow outside of the socket here. You'll see it on most motherboards. So once you get that lined up, you just set it down, straight down. Onto the socket. And you can see, zoom in for you. You can see that the board of the processor is sitting flush with the socket all the way around. Once you got that done, I recommend doing this because I've had experience where if you don't do this, that when you pull down this lever, that the processor will actually lift up a little bit. You don't want that to happen. So what I do is I just push down on the processor here a little bit with a little bit of force, and then push the lever down. That way the processor doesn't lift up at all. Lock the lever into place and you're good to go. Now you don't want to push down on top of this unless you know that that's sitting flush and in the socket correctly. If you do that and it's not in there right, you will bend the pins and then your processor won't work. So once you got that done, usually when you get a new processor, there's some stuff on it, sometimes there's not. I like to do this anyway. Take a little bit of thermal compound remover and clean it up a little bit. Usually they in the factory they run them through some material, some kind of I don't know what it is, but you can tell that something's been on the processor, probably from them testing it or whatever, or, making sure that it's just specs. Once you got that done, take the purifier, do the same thing. Couple drops of purifier on there. You want to make sure these are as clean as possible, both the heatsink and the processor. So once you got the CPU purified, that's good to go. And you take the heatsink. I'm going to go back over it real quick with another wipe of the thermal compound remover, just to be safe. Like I said, you want these as clean as possible. The cleaner they are, when you apply the new compound, the more cooling performance you get. So you can never do too much. Alright, so we go back over it. Alright. You want to take the purifier, once you get the heat sink, the CPU cleaned and purified. Like so. Alright. I'm going to go back over the processor real light. Real quick. Make sure nothing fell on top of it. I forgot to mention you will need like a sandwich bag or a small plastic bag. Small plastic sandwich bag or bag of some sort. Here is our thermal compound. This is Arctic Silver 5, which you can pick up at Radio Shack. This works real well. Most performance enthusiasts use this. What you do is you take this. I like to clean the tip off here. Sometimes there's a little bit of dried up, hardened compound at the tip. What you want to do is you just squeeze on about a pea-sized amount, just like that. Once you got that on there, take a plastic bag, wrap it around your finger like this, and smear this nice and even around the whole processor. Some people don't do this. They just put it right in the middle, drop the heat sink right on top, and smash it down. When you do this, you stand a pretty good chance of not getting the compound on the whole processor, and that can affect your heat transfer. Nice and even across the whole top of the processor, like that.